Hey guys, it's Adriana Grace, and I know I haven't posted a video in a long time. It's because my camera doesn't have an editor anymore. But now, as you can see, I have a phone to record with, and this leads exactly to the topic, how to persuade your parents to get you a phone. Now, I know you're wondering what happened to my blinds over there. They broke, and so my room got newly done. The painter forgot to do the top there, so we're gonna have to live with that. So anyways, today I'm going to be telling you guys how to persuade your parents to get a phone. Now, I am 12 years old. I always say 12 years old, and I just got my phone on Sunday, and it is Wednesday, so I've had it for a few days, not even a week yet. I'm going to be telling you guys what to do to persuade your parents. So my first step is show your parents that you're responsible and all of that. And now some of these don't apply to all parents, so just, just listen in case. So the first step is to show them how responsible. So maybe like clean the house or wash the dishes, and just, that's step one. Two is bring it up in small conversation. For example, before you start telling your parents on how much you love a phone, if you've already done that already, I'll get to that later because I've done that before. Just bring up, oh, blah blah blah, got a phone today, and yeah, and then you can bring up how you kind of really want one, and that is the second step. Or I don't know what step this is, so I'm just gonna have it down there in title text. So next, what you're gonna want to do is tell them why you need it. If you don't really need a phone and you want one, just hold on for that for a little bit. But if you do need a phone, like I did, just keep telling them why you need one in case anything happens, all that stuff. Sorry if I keep looking at myself, it's a bad habit. If you need one, just bring up why. Like, here's some examples. If you walk home from school, that's a perfect thing. You need one just for security. If you're home alone a lot, or you have a younger sibling or something like that and you watch them a lot, it's good to have that for that. And if you go a lot of places. Now, if none of that stuff acquires to you and you just really want one, first thing is ask yourself if you really need one. Like, even if you just want one. But if you have something else, maybe like an iPod or an iPad, it's something like that. Don't want a phone just because you want to be able to say, oh, I have a phone. Have one because you either need one or you want one and you don't have anything else. If you don't have anything else and you just want a phone, either get a phone without a plan, a data plan, because you don't really need data then, or just get an iPod 6 or an iPad, because just think about that, and just think about that. So anyways, if you want one and you don't have anything else, make sure you bring up to your parents how you don't really have anything else and you want to be able to communicate with your friends and all of that stuff. And yeah. Now I'm about to tell you what I personally did to get a phone. This will have a lot of tips since it is realistic advice on what I did. So I wanted a phone basically all my life. I got my iPod to kind of do as a phone for a little bit since I can't bring my iPad a lot of places. So basically what I've been doing is been using my iPod up until this Sunday. So I probably really wanted a phone probably in grade 6 around April, May. I remember it was just after my birthday, so basically in May, because my birthday is April 29th. I don't remember what happened, but I just kind of realized that everybody had one and I didn't, and that really just triggered something, not like triggered, but like clicked something that made me realize that I really want one, and also that I need one, because just for a little bit I've been using something on my iPod called Text Me. It's actually an app that I use a lot, and it's like something where you use credits and like you can call off of it. Obviously you can't go like this because the iPod doesn't have a speaker here, but you can still call with credits and whatever, and you can, even if they call you, you can just go without as many credits as like 1 credit per minute. I was just using that for a bit until I ran out of credits and I realized that you needed a phone. Since with an iPod and an iPad you can't text people who are not Apple users, so people without iMessage or an non-Apple number, you couldn't use it. So I wasn't able to communicate with my dad, and most of the people on my dad's side were Samsung and Android users, but some of the people on my mom's side were Apple users, so I was good with them. But everyone else I wasn't, so I kind of realized with that. And also not a lot of people in my class had iPhones. Some of them had like Motorola's, LG's, the phones that it's like if you really need one but you can't afford one, something like that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If your parents can't afford an iPhone, then go with that. So I brought that up and I just started doing it sort of slowly, and I was thinking to myself, I always had a plan that I would use my Christmas money, I would use all that. And so this summer I really got into it, and I really was like, I need one. And so basically, here's another step: tell your parents the whole payment plan. If they can't afford to pay for it, you're gonna have to find a way to do it. Now, what I'm doing is, with your data, you can share it with your mom or your whoever, and it's cheaper that way. It's like $55 a month, and instead of paying like $85 a month, there's that. Also, if you do a family plan, it's $55 a month, and if you do no data, I think it's around like 30 or 20. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm with Rogers. I recommend you guys go on to any single website that compares all of it, whatever website you go on, or go to the Apple Store yourself, and this is if you're looking for iPhones, and look at who has it for a cheaper price and what you're wanting. By the way, this whole video is kind of going more towards iPhones because I know that's what most people want, but it also works with Samsung because those two are the biggest, and for like Motorola's and LG's, it's not really going towards that, but just use the advice but not this part. And yeah, so anyways, after that summer I was thinking about how I'm supposed to pay for it and all that stuff. So after I got that down, I presented it to my parents. You know, they might be like my parents and are like, no, you can't pay for it, even though you basically just explained it to them, because that's exactly what happened to me. Sorry, the camera's really shaky, it's just on my bed. You're just gonna have to, like, you know, and when they say no, don't go like, why not, like, you know, take it no for an answer and just go to your, so that way you show that you're okay with it. Maybe give your parents a talk. Also, go to the parent that's most able to approach you. For example, I'm close with my mom, so I go to my mom first and I bring it up to her, and then after I'm done with my mom, it's either those two just talk together or I go to my dad. So yeah, that's definitely something that I think is good. Go to the parent which you have a closer relationship with. I definitely think that works better. The next thing to keep in mind is, besides thinking that, so here's a little recap, think if you really need it, you know, all that stuff, and yeah. So the next like tip that I recommend is, you know, this doesn't always work. This didn't work with my parents. If you tell them that somebody else, like someone really close to you, or someone got a phone, that didn't work with my parents. They're just like, okay, that's very nice, and then they left, or they would just say, I don't care, something like that. Also, ask if you have an older sibling when they got their first phone. If you know the answer, don't bother asking in case it's really high, like 16 or something, then I wouldn't recommend asking, because then, you know, it'll just show that they got it when they're 16. If your siblings got it at an older age than you're asking for, if you're like 12 like I am and your siblings got it when they were like 16, 14, then it's gonna be really hard to convince them, considering your sibling got it at a different age. So that would be hard. Also, if you have like a family member who's maybe not in your household, in case you're the oldest like I am. For example, I asked my two older cousins who are way older, not way, but like they're really older than me. I asked them when they got their first phones, and most of them actually got it in the summer going into grade 7, and it's basically still the beginning of me being in grade 7. So, you know, that was a great thing to me. I mentioned that to my parents, and yeah, you can see me. And yeah, I think that kind of worked for me. But the whole friend thing, it didn't really matter to my parents. So, but the family thing, I guess it did, because maybe when I asked like their parents, maybe they talked to my mom, my dad about it. I don't know what happened. So basically what happened the day of, my mom also needed to get a phone too, and so I was like, I really want to get one this weekend. I have money. I'm really want one. Also, if you're getting a phone, like an Apple phone, don't get it full price. There's not really a point, in my opinion. Yeah, just get it from a provider. So that's basically kind of what I did. Hold on. Excuse me. So that's kind of what I did. And also, like, sorry, I don't know why it's so weird. It's just I haven't filmed the video in so long, and I feel like my parents are listening to me. But my mom was getting a phone that day too, and so we basically just went together and we actually spent 4 hours in the Apple store. And me being a techie, I basically, when they were trying to show me how to set it up, I did it for them, and they're like, do you want to just wear this uniform? Yeah. It was funny. They gave me some cool Apple stuff since we were there for a while, like not actual like technology pieces, like just little small things like stickers, lots of them, and a bunch of Apple bags and like an Apple bag. It's cool. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me. I hope this advice works for you. If you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comments and I will answer them, I guarantee. And yeah, I hope this helps for you. If you guys want me to make a video to tell, like, talking and you can show it to your parents about like reasons that you should get a phone, I'll do that. Just comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Bye.